Hey, everybody, how are you? This is Emmett Muckles with the Billionaire Lifestyle Podcast. What I want to do here is tell people exactly what a podcast is because many people don't know. Hold on, I got to check out some things. Bloop. See that? That makes some things a little bit better for my microphone. What you can't see here is all the audio equipment that I have, and it's not really a lot. It's just some things that are basic to get my voice into the computer so that I can create content for the public to consume. It's as simple as that. What I have done is I've created the Billionaire Lifestyle Podcast. So if you look here, I have two screens here, so I might not be looking directly at you. I might be looking at my screen. What I have is the Billionaire Lifestyle Podcast, and it is located on a blog, which is located at www.emmettmuckles.com. This guy here. The reason I made this podcast is to share information about people who are doing extraordinary things in their own lives. Typically, I am interviewing people who are doing or following their passion. For instance, as you see here, we have Dr. Frank Gibson and we have Dr. Richard Ruling. It's not all about doctors. But there's life after love, death, afterlife plus bagels, which is, a story from an author who has given us a glimpse of what love and death and how they combine and how they communicate with each other. These are just extraordinary stories from people that I find so very needed in the public to tell their story. For instance, there's something here for everybody. And because I find these people who are doing things outside of what we would consider normal. And what I consider normal is like getting up in the morning, going to work, doing that 9 to 5 thing. They found their niche. They found where they reside in their passion. So I'm going to go to the next page here just so you guys can get an understanding of what we're doing. For instance, Susan Orozco, she got together 8 different women, Latino women, who are telling their story because everybody's story is literally not the same. This one, it comes down to the fact that life is so dynamic and it has everything that everybody needs on earth, and it is not about money. You will see that it is the billionaire lifestyle, right? You might think he's talking about money. I am talking about the exact opposite of that. I'm talking about you finding your passion in life and representing and connecting with your Trinity. You might be saying, like, what is he talking about, Trinity? I'm not talking about the church Trinity, but it alludes to it. I am talking about the Trinity of the mind, the body, and the spirit, and how if you get those in balance, life becomes very prosperous for you. And looking at other people who are doing these things that you may not be doing, but you may have thought about them, and you want to promote yourself, or you want to move into an area that drives the passion of your heart, these are the example. For instance, my man Todd Laments over on the West Coast, lose your ego and gain the world. And what he does is he promotes to businesses how you have to lose your ego to be, kind of one with your employees so that you can maximize your total experience in the business world. And there's just so many great people that I am continuously interviewing, having conversations with. For instance, I know I hate to say Cynthia M. Ruiz, an author in Los Angeles, California, how she's talking about wisdom, prayer, meditation, and all this stems from Cherokee wisdom that she has grown up with, being of Cherokee and Latino heritage, and how she has found that it makes her special. It makes her even that more special because she has these components that she can bring this wisdom that is from the Americas and share it with the world. There's so much on the podcast and on the blog for you to pull in. For instance, this positive, conscious health and simplicity. Now, Evita Oshel is a really conscious teacher. And a lot of what I'm kind of promoting is things that I've been through, in the fact that you have to look at life in its simplest forms. I'm a great fan of Maslow's hierarchy of needs because it kind of lays out to you in the layers how you progress through this existence on earth in its simplest form so that you can kind of float through it with a little certainty of ease versus just struggling without a purpose. This is my passion. This is my baby. This is my thing. And for me to give it to you is part of my passion, which is I love to teach. I teach solar energy and adaptation, and I also gather wisdom from other people so that I can spread it to you guys. There was a really cool interview that I did about this colors, money, love, how colors represent certain emotional states, states of being in your life, and how you can connect with it so that you can gather more information intuitively about your status as you are right now or moving forward. There's a great deal of information on the website for you. I implore you to go to the website, that's emmettmuckles.com, and peruse the site. There with every post that I've done since November, we have a podcast associated with it. I'm going to write more because I'm going to tell you, I don't consider myself the best writer. It is a labor for me, but it's a progression. And that's all you can ask, is that you try to do your best and then you try to do better than you've done the last time. That's all I'm trying to do. But let me tell you about podcasts. So if you are not very familiar with podcasts, it is the new medium. It is the equivalent of YouTube for your ears. You can take it with you. You can take it to the gym. You can listen to a podcast and consume knowledge, consume entertainment, and it's information that you choose, information that you pull from the internet, and it is based on your interests. There are podcasts literally for every subject that you can think of. Not just mine, but I implore you to go to the Billionaire Lifestyle podcast and download. So for instance, let me just change it up here, pull up iTunes. So if you go to the iTunes store, and you can go to an area in the store called podcast, and you can see exactly what they have available for you. Yeah, mine's pretty janky right now because my internet service is pretty weird. So what we'll do is we'll type in the lifestyle. Oops. See, also I got big fingers too. And you can search for any kind of podcast. You can just type in a subject and you will find out. So you can see here, when I typed in Billionaire Lifestyle, so many different podcasts related to that title comes up. And then you can see what the top podcasts are. I am not the only one in that category. But here's my podcast. You can download it. And here's the cool thing about it. So once you find a podcast that you are very, connected to, you can make it so that every time a new episode is uploaded, what it will do, it will automatically push to your device once you log on. For instance, on my phone here, boop, I use Podcast Addict. So I was just listening to the Combat Jack show. I love Combat Jack. Shout out to Combat Jack. Reggie, you're doing a good job. You just need to tweak up the microphones a little bit. But this is information that you can get on just about any subject that you like. For instance, if you like cooking, you can go and you can find podcasts that are related strictly to cooking. You don't have to go to television for all your needs. You don't have to go to Facebook. You can control what you consume for your mind. And this is part of my whole spiel with the Billionaire Lifestyle, is that you control your existence. So that information that you are looking for, it's right there. Somebody has the information for you. My dad told me this when I was a kid. He was like, somebody has written, and this is a long time ago, long time ago. Somebody has written about, or someone has the information you need. You just have to go find it. Podcast is a good way to do that. There are video podcasts and there are audio podcasts. Audio podcasts are very easy to consume because you can consume them anywhere. You can drive. You can listen to a podcast when you're on your way to work, on your way home, when you're going to the gym, when you're going for a walk, when you're cleaning your house. You can consume information and knowledge at your leisure under your own control. But as I said, you have the ability to control your destiny and how you do things. I know you guys see Smooth Criminal up here. Let me move that out the way. Boop.